What is up, guys? Welcome to the redemption prediction video. And yeah, let's get into it. So we're gonna start off with an international title qualifier match. I think it's a ladder match. But before we get into that, we're gonna talk about the matches that are gonna be happening at Collision to fill in the 5th and 6th wrestler for that match at Redemption. So we got AR Fox and Nick Wayne, and I think it's probably going to be Nick Wayne, like, come on. And then we also have El Clon and Leo Rush. And as much as I think El Clon could be great in there, I think it's probably going to be Leo Rush. He's the most over, but I wouldn't be surprised if El Clon does this. Where the hell is Hologram? I feel like it should be around the time where he comes back. Okay, so let's get into the redemption stuff now. We have the international number one contender ladder match, and we got the Beast Motors versus Mike Bailey versus Jack Perry versus Commander, and I chose versus Nick Wayne versus Leo Rush. And for this one, I don't know. I feel like Jack Perry just resigned, so it could definitely be him. But honestly, Mike Bailey would be fun. But I feel like Mike Bailey is more probably gonna have a match with Kevin Knight at All In, so I'm not gonna go with him. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Jack Perry. It's either Jack Perry or Leo Rush is really popping right now, so I could see them giving him that opportunity. We also have the AEW TBS title match, and it's Hikaru Shida versus Maya Weld. As much as I would like for Maya Weld to win this, I don't see it. Like, Shida just won it, and she's doing pretty great stuff. I'm really liking the character stuff that she's doing. So I'm going to go with Hikaru Shida, and she's probably going to face Krista Landa at All In. Hopefully they put that on the card. I don't know how many matches they're going to have at All In, especially for women, but hopefully we get all the titles on the card. Then we have a tag team match. But before that, let me add this one because it's not on this list. But the Bang Bang Gang challenged the Dogs for a what I assume is a dog collar match. And for that one, I'm obviously going to go with the Bang Bang Gang. And I'm assuming it's going to be Jay White and Juice Robinson. So I'm going to go with Jay and Juice. And I'm assuming that is going to lead to a singles match, probably at All In, between Jay White and David Finlay. But yeah, we have the tag team match, and it's the Young Bucks with the Death Riders. And for this one, I am the most torn. Like, it's probably the second I'm torn after the AEW women's title. But for this one, the thing is, the Young Bucks are undefeated in tag matches this year, and I think they are the number one contenders, and I don't really like the idea of them losing here. But also Will Ospreay is heading into All In, so I'm also like, is he gonna lose this? Because I feel like him losing would be kind of great. It'd be kind of like the Death Riders being like, what are you doing, like, lock in. So that would be fun. I don't know, I'm gonna go with the Death Riders, as much as I don't like it. And the reason I'm going with them is because the next match we have is the AEW World Tag Team titles, and it's Cope and Cage versus the Death Riders. And I think this one, the Death Riders are losing because Cope and Cage are gonna defend the titles at All In. That is, big names, big show, not the wrestler. I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, hopefully that becomes a good match. I don't know. Cope and Cage I always dread their matches, and then I'm like into them as they go. We have a no holds barred match. It's Chris Jericho as the Painmaker versus Tommaso Ciampa, Psycho Killer? ? And for this one, unfortunately, Tommaso Ciampa, you're gonna have to take that L, because Chris Jericho has to finish the feud with him going over. So unfortunately, you are losing, and the Painmaker wins. Yeah. We have the AEW national title. This is gonna bang. I think with these matches so far, the matches I've said so far, this is probably gonna be the best match so far. And it's Mark Davis defending against Andrade El Idolo. And I have Andrade winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if MJF comes in and ruin it. Because I don't really know what MJF is planning, if he's facing Andrade at All In or if it's going to be Hangman. But I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in and disrupts this match. And then we have the AEW International title. It's Kyle Fletcher versus Bandido. This one is pretty obvious. Bandido is having great matches, but he's not winning a thing. And history is going to repeat itself again when he loses to Kyle Fletcher. It's going to be a banger match, probably going to be the best match of the show. It's going to be Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis battling it out for who has the best match. I think the Kenny Omega match also has a chance, but I would put my money on one of these two matches. Next, we have the AEW Women's World Title match. It's Tekla, who is also Artist of Stardom champion. She is defending her Women's World Title against Willow Nightingale. This, as I said in the review, is the match that I'm most looking forward to because either of these women could be champion going into All In. Obviously, if Willow becomes champion, then she loses to Mercedes. That's gonna suck. But we've seen it happen before. She won the TBS title and then lost to Mercedes at the next pay-per-view. So it wouldn't be a shocker, but I wouldn't really want that to happen again. But story-wise, it would make sense. And then we have Tekla, who has been carrying, especially since Tony has been gone. And, Mercedes was gone for a minute until she came back when did she come back? Like June? No, May. So so she's been carrying it, and I feel like she deserves to go in as champion. But if she doesn't, she has the Artist of Stardom titles, and I could see them defending those titles against Stardom talent, especially with Kyrie being a free agent. I think the 90 days ended last night, so I could see that happening. And then I don't know, maybe Kyrie grabs Sauriano and Natsupo and they challenge for the Artist of Stardom titles. I don't know, but for this one, I'm gonna go with the Willow. I don't know, something about that promo that they had, but I don't know. I feel like Willow's too tall, but they're gonna have the match at Collision, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with Willow though. I don't know. Something just tells me to go with Willow, and it could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with it. Then the main event, Kevin Knight's first main event, where he challenges Kenny Omega for the AEW World Title. This is gonna bang. Kevin Knight has a lot to prove, and I hope he does, and I hope he comes out of this a better match, because people are kind of iffy about it. It's starting to feel like people are feeling like he's being shoved into our faces, but I feel like him losing is probably gonna quench that complaint that people are having. This is gonna bang. Obviously Kenny Omega is winning because he's having a match at All In, main eventing, and it has already been announced. So Kevin Knight is taking that L and going to All In, hopefully defending against Mike Bailey. So that is those AEW predictions. Let me know yours in the comments. Like, subscribe, it's free. See you next time.